Storytelling is the heartbeat of modern marketing. It's what turns cold audiences into loyal fans and curious visitors into paying customers. But here's the secret. Stories don't just work because they're emotional. They work because they're structured. There's a framework behind every great story that converts. Framework 1, the hero's journey. This is the most timeless structure in storytelling, and it works for every brand. At its core, the hero's journey has 3 stages: the call, the challenge, and the change. First, the call. Every story begins when the main character, that's you or your audience, faces a calling. Something isn't working. There's a desire for change, a problem that needs solving. Then comes the challenge. This is the messy middle, the struggles, setbacks, and lessons learned along the way. This is where the story becomes human. It's what your audience relates to. Finally, the change. This is the transformation, the moment your character overcomes the challenge and emerges stronger, wiser, or freer. When you tell your brand story through this lens, your audience doesn't just hear your message, they feel like they're part of it. Because the truth is, people don't buy products or services, they buy transformations. Framework 2, the problem, agitate, solve model. This one comes from classic copywriting, but it's just as powerful in storytelling. First, state the problem. Clearly describe the challenge your audience faces. Show them you understand what they're feeling. Second, agitate the problem. Don't be afraid to dig deeper into the frustration, the cost of inaction, or the emotional toll it takes. The goal isn't manipulation, it's empathy. Finally, present the solution. This is where your product, service, or insight becomes the bridge between pain and possibility. This framework works because it follows a natural emotional flow: awareness, emotion, resolution. It mirrors how humans process stories and how we make decisions. Framework 3, before-after bridge. This one's simple, clear, and perfect for social media storytelling. Start with the before. Describe what life looked like before the transformation, the struggle, confusion, or lack of clarity. Then show the after. What does life look like now after the shift? How does your audience feel? What's different? Finally, build the bridge. Explain how the transformation happened and how your audience can experience it too. This structure is perfect for testimonials, brand journeys, and mini case studies. It paints a clear picture of progress and gives people hope. Framework 4, the 3E formula: empathy, education, emotion. This is one of the most effective modern storytelling approaches, especially for personal brands. Start with empathy. Show your audience you understand their situation. Then move to education. Share a valuable insight, tip, or realization. Give them something useful they can take away immediately. Finally, add emotion. End your story with something that moves them: a challenge, a reminder, or an inspiration to act. This framework works beautifully in short-form videos and written content alike. It blends authenticity with authority. The truth is, you don't need to be a professional writer to tell stories that convert. You just need structure, honesty, and intention. Every story you share should follow one of these patterns, because structure gives emotion direction. When your story has direction, your audience knows where to focus. They don't just scroll, they stop. They listen, they remember, and most importantly, they take action. So whether you're launching a new offer, building your brand, or simply sharing your journey, choose a framework and make it your own. Tell stories that don't just sound good, tell stories that mean something. Because conversion isn't about pushing people, it's about moving them. And great stories move people to believe, to trust, and to act. That's the power of storytelling that converts.